Hello, friends, and a very warm welcome to you. Today, let's chat about something that's really simple but oh so important. We're going to talk about money. I mean, just think about it for a second. Two people, same job, maybe even the same company, same pay, but one person is always so peaceful and the other is always worried. It's a bit of a puzzle, right? So come on, let's solve it together.
You know, this is such a common story, isn't it? I'm sure you've seen it with your own friends or maybe even in your family. They might start from the exact same place, but after just a few years, their money stories look completely different.
And here's the secret, the little piece of magic. The answer is so simple and so beautiful. You see, we always think that money is all about difficult math problems, big calculations, like a really tough exam paper. But guess what? It's not. It's really just about how we act. It's all about our behavior. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the old, stressful way of thinking. Think of it like an old story that maybe our grandparents used to tell us, a story that isn't really that helpful for us anymore. This old way of thinking puts so much pressure on us, doesn't it? It makes us feel like we have to be the class topper, the #1 student just to be good with money. It tells us we need to know all the complex formulas. It even makes us think that if someone has a bigger car, they must be more intelligent than us. So what happens when we're stuck thinking like this? Well, we start comparing, looking at what others have. We feel so much pressure all the time. And then we start to doubt ourselves. It's a very stressful and unhappy feeling, and you know what? It doesn't help at all. But here comes the good news. Let's talk about a much simpler, more powerful truth. It's a new, peaceful way to see money. Okay, are you ready for this? You see, the difference is so simple. The old thinking says money is all about how smart you are. But this new, beautiful idea says, no, money is about how you behave. And the best part? This way is for everyone, not just for the toppers in the class. So you might be asking, what exactly is this good behavior? It's actually very simple things we already know. It's things like patience, like when you wait for your cup of chai to cool down just a little bit so you don't burn your tongue. It's self-control and discipline. And consistency, which is just a fancy word for doing a small thing every single day without fail. And it's about thinking for the long term and making calm, not scared decisions. The moment this idea really clicks in your mind, everything changes. You'll stop blaming yourself for not being some kind of math wizard. Instead, you'll start building small, strong, and simple habits. And then slowly but surely, money stops being this scary monster. It becomes peaceful. Okay, friends, now for the really fun part. Let's look at some simple, everyday stories. The kind of stories you might hear in your own family. They'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so picture this. Two college students, Rahul and Asha. Now Rahul, he's not the top student, but every single month with great discipline, he saves just a little bit from his pocket money. Asha, on the other hand, she's always thinking, I'll start saving later, when I get a job, when I have more money. A few years go by, Rahul has his savings, and even better, he has a beautiful habit. Asha is still waiting. See? It was Rahul's behavior, his simple habit, not his report card, that made all the difference. All right, now let's think about two friends, Arvind and Manoj. They work in the same office, get the same salary. Arvind takes a small part of his salary and invests it. Every month, no drama, no fuss. Just like dropping a coin into a piggy bank. But Manoj, well, he's always reading about it, making big plans, but he's just too afraid to take that first step. 10 years pass. Arvind is feeling confident. Manoj is still stuck, still planning. It's the same salary, friends, but a completely different story in the end. And how about this one? Let's look at Ramesh and Suresh. They both own small shops. Ramesh is a very calm person. He plans ahead, he thinks about what could happen, he's prepared. Suresh, though, he's very emotional. When sales are good, he spends everything. And when sales are down, he panics. Ramesh's business grows stable and strong. Suresh's business is always full of stress. So you see, it wasn't about the kind of shop they had. It was all about the kind of behavior they had. And this simple truth, we see it everywhere once we start looking. Just think about a tiny seed. It gets the same sunshine, the same rain as a stone lying next to it. but only the seed grows because of its inner nature, its patience. Or think about the great Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He came from such a simple background, right? But it was his behavior, his incredible discipline and consistency that changed his entire life. And even the biggest investors in the world, like Warren Buffett, his real magic isn't some complex formula. It's just simple patience and thinking about the long term. So after listening to all of this, I'm sure you're thinking, okay, this all sounds very nice, but what do I do now? What's my very first step? Well, don't you worry. It's a tiny, simple step that you can take right now, today. Let's just pause for a moment and really read this beautiful line together. Money grows outside when discipline grows inside. Wow. It just means that the real work isn't happening out there in the bank. It's happening right here, inside our own hearts and minds. Okay, so here's a little bit of fun homework for you. It's very easy, I promise. All you have to do is take a small piece of paper, or even just open the notes on your phone, and write this sentence down. If I control my behavior, I control my financial future. Keep it somewhere you'll see it every day. Think of it like you're planting a tiny little seed for what will one day become a big, beautiful tree. And now, to finish, let's say this affirmation together. It's like a sweet good morning wish you can give to yourself every day. Ready? I am patient, I am disciplined, I am improving, my financial life is getting better every day. And always remember, my friends, small learning every day makes for big success one day.